What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day today. It's still chilly outside. It's still a bit chilly. It's like 46 right now, but it's still nice as shit outside though. Like y'all know, I love a good sunny day. It puts me in a better mood. Um, but anyway, getting into this episode of GH. Porsha, has she fell and bumped her damn head? Like she's sitting here basically trying to tell Jordan to give Cyrus whatever he wants in order to help Taggart. I'm like, first of all, you don't give a guy like Cyrus whatever he wants. Second of all, Jordan is in no position to give him anything because she can't give him anything. She can't give him what he wants because what he wants is to take over Port Charles. That's what he wants. He also wants his mother. Those are two things Jordan cannot give him. There's no way in hell Jordan couldn't secure that for him. Um, Furthermore, you can't trust a guy like Cyrus. You give him what he wants, there's no guarantee that he's going to keep his word. There's nothing to force him to keep his word. He can kill Taggart, do whatever you want. You know what I mean? You have no guarantee. So I feel like Portia need to go sit down. I understand she's a little desperate. I get it. You know, people do things when they're desperate or say things. But no, go sit down. Have a seat. Um, because she's also trying to get Jordan to talk to Taggart to get a visit with him because Taggart at this point is refusing to see her and Trina. He doesn't want to see either one of them right now. Um, so Jordan said, I'll see what I can do about it. No promises. Um, but pretty much, I like the way Jordan handled it because she basically told Portia to tell Trina that to pretty much put the blame on Jordan, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like blame her for Trina not being able to see him because she doesn't want, Trina to think or to know that Taggart is the one who's not trying to see her. You know what I mean? Because she was already angry at him for faking his death, and having her mourn for him. So to find out that he doesn't even want to see her. So Jordan was like, no, put the blame on me. Just say I'm banning people from seeing him. You know what I mean? So that way, Trina doesn't have to be more angry at him or, whatever. So I love that she tried to preserve that relationship. But Portia do need to go sit down because I'm like, you don't even know everything that's going on. Like not everything, but it's like have a seat. Um so anyway, I love that little conversation with Curtis and Sam. Curtis was bringing her up to speed on what's going on in his life and stuff like that. And Sam was wondering what Curtis was going to do now since, he doesn't want to be a private investigator. So he was like, shit, you looking at what I want to do. He brought her to the club and he was like, this is what I want to do. I want to be a bar owner, a club owner. So I'm guessing since Julian is no longer around, they're getting rid of the whole Charlie's Pub thing. So I'm guessing that's why they're having Curtis buy the new club or whatever so people can have a new hangout. I like the new club. I like the vibe of it. I like the look. You know what I mean? And I definitely feel like Curtis would be good at it. So I'm glad he's, venturing out, doing something new. There's nothing wrong with change. And he was asking Sam, about career, like what does she want to do? Like, does she still want to be a PI, go back to being a PI? She was like, hell yeah. She said she missed being a private investigator. That's what she wants to do. So Curtis came up with a brilliant idea. He told her basically, why don't you buy out my half of the PI firm and he'll use that buyout money to purchase the club. It's a win-win for both of them. And Sam agreed. She was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Um, I am so happy for Curtis, man. I just wish that him and Jordan could figure out this whole marriage thing, though. Like what they're going to do. You know what I mean? Because they're still separated, but Curtis is not moving at all to try and fix this. Like he's not even trying to talk to her. I don't even think Jordan knows that he plans on buying that club. I don't think she knows. So it's like he's not keeping her abreast of what he's doing career wise. Um, I just feel like they need to talk. They really need to have a conversation. So anyway, moving on from that. I love the Cameron and Franco scenes. Franco is still having these nightmares. He keeps hearing Peter talking in his head about Drew and Jason, and He almost pretty much beat the hell out of Cameron. But Cameron had to snap him out of it. And Cameron, I understand why Cam doesn't want to go to college in California. I get it, but now he's talking about not going to college at all. I could understand if he felt like college wasn't for him, but that's not the reason he's not trying to go to college. He's not trying to go because he wants to stay close to home and be around Franco and the family at this time. My thing is, why not go to PCU? You know what I mean? Like, why not, do that at the very least? I still feel like he should go to college and get the experience. At least experience college life. If he feels like after one semester that college isn't for him, then you can drop out. That's fine. No harm, no foul. But I mean, it is going to be a little bit of harm depending on who paying for it. But you wouldn't know if college is for you or not if you don't go. And I feel like Cameron's missing out on a great experience because college can be fun. It can be, especially when you're on the campus and all that good stuff. It can be a good experience, especially if you excel at it. But I feel like he's definitely given up a major opportunity. And I don't even think he talked to his mother about this. Like, he just told Franco about it, but I doubt Liz knows that he's not going to college. And I want to know what her take is. Like, what's she going to think about it? Um, and like I said, I respect the reason why he chose to stay because he feels like, Franco wouldn't leave him when he's in trouble. So he feels like if Franco's in trouble, he wouldn't feel right leaving, which I understand. But it's like, don't give up the whole college experience now. What you gonna do once you graduate high school? Get a job at Kelly's. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's like, come on now, you gotta think about your future now. What you want to do? I'm all for him taking a gap year because some people do that. Like they take a gap year or whatever. So I'm not mad at that. Franco, it's so funny because Franco's trying to figure this whole dream mess out. Like he's still trying to figure it out. Like he's like, why the hell does everything have to be about Jason? So he's still trying to figure out what these dreams mean. And he's hoping that he doesn't revert back to his old ways of killing and all that stuff. So that's still on his mind. He's like, I hope I don't go back to hurting people and all that good stuff. I hope Franco figures out what these dreams mean to him. Um, and this whole tumor thing goes away. I'll be ecstatic when that happens because it's been, I don't know where they're going with this. Like, I don't think they're killing Franco off. So where are we going with this? Like, is he gonna finally piece together what all of these dreams mean in time for the wedding as more ammunition against Peter? Like, what is all of this gonna like? Where is it gonna go? Um, I also love the scenes between Liz and Finn. You know, I know Elizabeth was upset when when Finn looked at the test results and Franco's medical record and all that stuff, and he saw that the tumor was not shrinking, there was no change in it. So of course, Liz is gonna be frustrated. But I agree with Frank. I mean, I agree with Fizz. I mean, Finn. It's too many names. I agree with Finn. Franco is too damn annoying to die, first of all. And Franco definitely is annoying in a good way because he's funny as shit. Roger Howard definitely brings a lot of funny to the character. And when you got one of them characters that's either too evil, too annoying, just too damn stubborn to die, Franco is definitely too stubborn and too annoying to go. Um, but I agree, Liz is trying to be strong for everybody, but I'm glad Liz has a support system and Epiphany and Bobby whenever she comes back because you need that. Liz can't be strong for everybody. You know what I mean? She can, but it's like at some point she's gonna want to break down. It's hard to be strong for everybody because you need somebody to be strong for you. You know what I mean? Like, so she definitely needs to lean on her support system, and I'm glad Finn told her, I'm one of your support systems too. Like, I'm a part of it too. If you need some help, you need somebody to talk to, come talk to me. I'm glad they had that conversation. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, Ava and Ryan, I always enjoy their scenes. The way Ava just came up in that room, just going off on on Ryan, that shit is hilarious. Like, she really wants to know like how the hell he got that cockroach in that little jar or whatever, like how he got that sent to her. That shit was funny how Ava was sitting there laughing, talking about asking Ryan if the roach was supposed to frighten her. She sitting there talking about something Ryan should be the one afraid of her, and she called him all type of pest. She did. She dropped the damn roach on the floor. Because apparently Ryan was sent to the hospital for bed sores or whatever. So she was reading his medical chart and noticed, and to find out what he was being treated for, because she was trying to figure out why, like how Ryan got somebody sent that to her. My thing is, I'm not so sure if Ryan did it. If Ryan actually sent it or not, I'm not sure. I mean, it's a possibility with him. It's still possible, but Ava got more than one enemy. Um, and when the guard came back in the room after Ava left, he had a lot of mail that Ryan apparently got. One of that pieces of mail was from somebody named Heather W. I sell hell to the no. Talking about she a fan of his and stuff. I said no. Heather Weber? Hell no. I swear to God, I just mentioned Heather Weber in a video a few days ago. And I swear, when you speak of the devil always pop up. Lord have mercy. Heather Weber. Oh my goodness. Heather fucking Weather. Mm-mm-mm. Another letter, which was a shocker, was a letter that apparently Ryan sent to Europe to a S. Cassadine. And the letter was apparently returned to sender. S. Cassadine, of course, Spencer. So my guess is Ryan sent a letter to Spencer and it got returned back. I'm like, what the hell was he sending to Spencer? I wouldn't be surprised if Spencer was the one who sent that roach. It could be between Spencer and Ryan. You never know. Um, but Nicholas was talking to Laura or whatever, and they were talking about Cyrus and how he might lash out if he don't get his mama back, how he might lash out at the family and whatnot. And then they were talking about Spencer and how, Spencer pretty much is still keeping his distance from Nicholas and Ava. Like, Spencer does not want anything to do with this marriage. He don't want nothing to do with their upcoming wedding because, Laura was asking Nicholas, like, when they plan on getting married or whatever, and he was thinking for summer. Um, they were thinking about doing something for the summer or whatever, and Laura pretty much was telling Nicholas, like, keep reaching out to him, keep trying, he'll come around. I don't think so. I really don't think so, because that boy, he could hold a grudge, so I don't know. um I don't see Spencer coming around. It might take a whole miracle to get that boy to come around, because I really don't see it. You might have to do some real miracle stuff to get that boy. But Nicholas better watch his back with him. So anyway, moving on from that, Jackie and Martin scene with them sitting in the car was freaking hilarious. Like, they found out where Florence was being kept, and Jackie did some digging and found, dug through the trash and found a prescription bottle for Florence that Bobby had got for her or whatever, with Bobby's name on it too. That Bobby had prescribed for her. So they sitting in the car. This fool Martin was sitting there chomping down on that bucket of chicken. I was like, Martin, slow down, son. He just yum 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 yum. Martin was going off on that chicken. I said, go ahead, Martin. I'd be like, yo, him and Roger Howard. Roger Howard does that shit too in scenes. When he's filming scenes and he eating, he be eating. When he Franco, Todd Man, and whatever, he be eating. I remember he used to do that on One Life to Live. He used to just be munching. Roger is one of my favorites, and now you got Martin doing it. I love it, because I be the same way. Like, I'm a foodie. I love to eat. I love to eat, so I'm the same way. I will be munching on some food. So Jason was in the woods or whatever. So my guess is Jason must have saw Jackie and Martin sitting in the car. He must have been on to them. And they ended up getting into the house because Bobby was reading a story to Florence, and she was talking about how Martin used to always read to her and stuff like that. And she misses him. So Jackie and Martin end up getting into the house. They go into a room, And Jason's in the room. He was like, yeah, y'all walked into the wrong room. But Jackie had a good point. She was like, if I could find Florence, Cyrus can find Florence. And she had a good point. Um, so Jason lets them, get into the room. Jason let them go see her because, Jackie was just pleading, for Martin to be able to see Florence or whatever, see that she's happy, healthy, and she's okay. So, Bobby brings Martin in to see his mother, and, Florence was happy to see him and stuff. Um, and Florence was telling them how Jason and Bobby was taking good care of her and stuff. They didn't harm her, obviously, which is good. Well, we know Jason and Bobby not gonna do that. So, um, and Jackie was telling her how her other son misses her, and Mama Florence was not here for it. Mama Florence ain't have shit good, nice to say about Cyrus. She was like, "Oh, I wash my hands with that scoundrel." She was like, "I don't want nothing to do with him." And that intrigued Jackie because Jackie was like, she pulled out her recorder and she was like, do tell. That's a classic reporter move. She had that damn recorder out. She was like, oh, tell me all about Cyrus. I was like, Jackie, no. Jackie trying to get the dirt. She trying to get the tea. I said, I'm not mad at it. Shit, you still got a job to do it. It is what it is. Um, I enjoyed this episode. I really did. It wasn't as action packed, but I enjoyed it. Good dialogue. It was interesting. So hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.